Good morning, family, friends, and the internet. Welcome to another episode of The Old Man and the Tea. I'm your old man, Froy. Good morning. It is, 10 after 7 Eastern Standard Time, as you can tell by this clock. Coming to you live from the dining room. For all of those that are in the home audience, the coffee hasn't kicked in yet. For all of you that have kids, the only time you can get crap done is when they're with the babysitter, with their grandparents, they're at school, they're at a friend's house. In our case, that's none of the above. Because he's 23 months, he'll be 2 at the end of the month. It's like when he's sleeping. So it's the only time I can get stuff done, and I'm up because I got the beautiful task of cleaning gutters. Last few thunderstorms, it's been a deluge, and as I look out the window here, windows plural. It's just sheets of water coming down. And it's like, yeah, those gutters are doing their job, And from upstairs, you can look down at the gutters and see that there's tons of pine needles. So yours truly has to go and clean it. But anyway, as I'm getting ready this morning, it's very quiet. It's amazing how quiet it is. As I'm walking throughout the house, it's quiet, and I'm like thinking, what he's going through. He shot, I believe, 77 yesterday, 5 over. He shot +5, and the leader is at -6, so it's 11 strokes. That's a monumental effort to try and catch them. And you know what? It's not saying things are impossible, but you have to remember, for those of you that are watching this for the first time, the U.S. Amateur, the first 2 rounds is stroke play. And from there, they take the top 64 players, and beginning tomorrow, that 64, it's match play. They're placed into brackets, and they're ranked. And just like March Madness, it goes from 64 down to 2. And that 2 will play on Sunday for the amateur title. And it's 36 holes match play. So anyway, where I'm going with this, I texted him last night. You don't have to go ahead and make up 11 shots, all 11 on your own. No, it's improve by 3 to 5 strokes, and then they can come down 3 to 5 strokes, and before you know it, you've made up 6 to 10 strokes there, and you basically have to work. When he was 10 years old and I was caddying for him in Pinehurst, he had a few blow-up holes. And when I say blow-up, I believe there was like a triple bogey in there somewhere. And double, triple, yeah. And as a 10-year-old, psychologically, they're not mature yet. And, it's a job as the caddy, at that age, to go ahead, pick them up, put them on the track, and get them going again. This game, it's extremely hard. It's like I said, it's all up here. How do you stop the bleeding? So, and I'm getting dressed this morning. And he knows he's 18 now. At 10, they're not psychologically developed yet. They're not mature. They learn, and he has learned. He knows. Told you he's a phenomenal golfer. I'm not going to tell him, hey, you're swinging. Did you check this? Did you check that? No. Yeah. Uncle Froy, that's not, that type of advice, no. He can figure this out on his own, why his ball is going left, why it's going right, or what's he doing, It's the psyche and the way you approach it. So he knows, So I basically told him, like I mentioned before, don't try and make up the 11 strokes because you're gonna because then you're gonna be putting in your head. It's like you've got to go ahead and basically birdie every hole. Basically, yeah. Aside from birdie the par fives or trying to eagle the par fives, that can be a disaster in itself. But then you start to press. So I can need a birdie here, birdie. No, like I said. For all of you in the home audience, I deeply appreciate you taking the time and watch me talk about this. It's to see the responses. I deeply appreciate that. Thank you, and I know Enzo does too. So, you know what? It's time for me to go ahead and. Oh my God, I'm not looking forward to this. Just pray that I don't fall off the ladder to cleaning these gutters. But anyway, hey, may all your putts hit nothing but the bottom of the cup. Enzo, good luck, bud. And we shall see you later.